Hey guys, good morning. It's about 5:30. Sorry, it's a little dark in here today. My daughter is sleeping on a mattress on the living room floor. COVID's kind of taken over our family right now. Um, but I wanted to do the video today because God's word, God's promise, surpasses anything that we are going through at the current moment. And so I wanted to do this today. In my Bible, in my translation, the next group of verses has the title of Noah's Worship and God's Promise. So we're in Genesis chapter 8, verse 15 through Genesis chapter 8, verse 19. It is a good chunk of verses, but we're gonna break it down. Don't worry. I'm gonna start in chapter 8, verse 15. Then God said to Noah, "Leave the boat, all of you, your wife, and your sons and their wives. Release all the animals, the birds, the livestock, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, so they can be fruitful and multiply throughout the earth." So Noah and his wife and his sons and their wives left the boat, and all of the large and small animals and the birds came out of the boat pair by pair. I want to first talk about where it says, "Release all the animals so they can be fruitful and multiply throughout the earth." If that sounds familiar, it should. During creation, God said that all kinds of animals were going to be fruitful and multiply. And he said that about us too. And God is showing us that he is giving, humankind and everything that breathes on land a second chance. And so they came out pair by pair. So they came out. God had a plan even in the midst of the flood. God knew that the only way they were going to multiply was if every kind of animal had a male and female. And this is one of God's promises. God promised Noah that him, his wife, his kids, and their wives would be safe. And they are. And now God is telling them to go off of the boat, to leave the boat, because the earth is dry again. And that's part of what God said to Noah in the beginning of the flood, was that one day he was going to be able to get off the boat, which is probably good news to Noah because he's been stuck on this boat for over a year. I don't know about you, but being stuck somewhere for a year, it started being a little claustrophobic. No matter how big it was. But he is now responsible, like Adam, to have dominion over these animals, to make sure that they multiply, to make sure that the earth is full again with them. And we see this as a repeat pattern over and over again, that God's initial commands to Adam are the commands that he gives us. We have to take care of the animals in the world. I'm not saying they're more important than humankind, they're not. We were made in God's image. Animals were not, but we were given dominion over them. So protecting them is a part of our job, is a part of the command that we have. I also want to talk about God's command to Noah, leave the boat. God is very specific. You know, God is not going to leave Noah questioning, should we go, should we not go? I think we should. Because I bet a little bit of him was nervous. And same thing with his family. I bet they were nervous about leaving the boat and what it would look like. The earth would look like. But that's God's promise, is even when we're nervous about something, even when we sit here and we wonder, whether or not we can do this, God is there with us. So I hope today, I know the video is kind of short, but I hope today that you see Jesus in everything you do. You see God's promise, and you see that even if it's a struggle, God is there with you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.